Embarking on a galactic journey through the Star Wars universe is a cinematic adventure like no other. With a saga spanning decades and captivating audiences across generations, ranking every Star Wars movie from worst to best is a subjective endeavor fueled by the force of personal preferences, storytelling nuances, and iconic moments that have become ingrained in the cultural fabric. Each generation connects differently, from Luke Skywalker's hero's journey to Rey's recent impact. The constantly shifting timeline and various mediums add fresh perspectives. Here's the theater-released Star Wars movie ranking, excluding non-theatrical releases like Caravan of Courage or Ewoks: The Battle for Endor. But before we start our ranking, don't forget to subscribe this channel for more upcoming videos like this. So let's start our video with the Star Wars movie, which ranked 12th in our list, Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Star Wars: The Clone Wars wasn't initially intended for theaters, but became a cinematic event due to George Lucas's admiration for Dave Filoni's team. While it laid the foundation for future stories, the early seasons, especially the feature-length premiere, struggled to find their footing. Despite the storyline holding together better than expected, the movie is considered subpar. It exhibits a mix of pandering and fan bait, with animation and voice acting showing promise but feeling unrefined. Ahsoka Tano's introduction, divisive at first, remains understandable based on the movie alone. And the Star Wars movie which ranked 11th is Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, a product of Disney's hurried development of the sequel trilogy, disappoints by disregarding George Lucas's original vision. Embracing fan service and concluding J.J. Abrams' mystery box style, the film succumbs to studio mandates and rushes through a convoluted plot. Marketed as the end of the Skywalker saga, it falls short due to confused intent, poor setup, and rushed emotional moments. Despite polished visuals, the editing, story gaps, and dialogue leaps bring it close to the criticized prequels. In essence, The Rise of Skywalker doesn't live up to the legacy of a good Star Wars movie. And the 10th ranked Star Wars movie is Solo: A Star Wars Story. Solo: A Star Wars Story faced tumultuous production with mid-production director changes and extensive reshoots, marking the franchise's first box office disappointment. Surprisingly, the movie itself is a serviceable origin story, delving into Han's character without undermining his iconic roguishness. The script struggles between a gritty smuggler tale and connecting to the broader mythos, detailing unnecessary aspects of Han's history. Despite Ron Howard's contributions, the film falters in moments like an unclear droid rights subplot and an awkward Darth Maul cameo. Despite its disappointments, Solo excels in action, Alden Ehrenreich's performance, and nostalgic elements like the Imperial theme needle drop. And the 9th ranked Star Wars movie is Star Wars: Episode I: The Phantom Menace. Star Wars: Episode I: The Phantom Menace sparked a divisive fan reaction, echoing Yoda's words on fear and suffering. Even 2 decades later, the franchise is still recovering from the fallout. While not great, the film is audacious and distinct, setting the tone for the prequel trilogy with a focus on political intrigue. The execution is muddled, with complex rules and a lack of engagement in the main narrative. Despite narrative issues, the visuals are captivating, featuring a striking new foe in the Trade Federation, a delirious pod race, and the iconic intensity of Duel of the Fates. Jar Jar's presence, though not great, is deemed unworthy of excessive criticism. And the 8th ranked Star Wars movie is Star Wars: Episode II: Attack of the Clones. Star Wars Episode II: Attack of the Clones is an experimental yet flawed film, exposing George Lucas's filmmaking limitations. The distracted storytelling, emotionless dialogue, and over-reliance on CGI are evident, notably in Yoda's duel with Count Dooku. However, Ewan McGregor shines in his detective story, Anakin's darker moments are well portrayed, and the final battle stands out. Despite some scenes relying heavily on green screens, the film, released before CGI advancements, showcased innovative use with the creation of all digital clones. In this aspect, Lucas was ahead of the curve. And the 7th ranked Star Wars movie is Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Star Wars: The Force Awakens, as the franchise's return after the prequels, faced immense pressure to rehabilitate. While now viewed as a solid entry, it played it safe under J.J. Abrams, recreating the original trilogy's feel without much narrative development. However, it excels in character introduction, making Rey, Finn, Kylo Ren, BB-8, and Poe immediately engaging. The decision to spend time on new players before Han Solo's entrance is a highlight, allowing the film to navigate a choppily edited second act and build to a thrilling cliffhanger. And the 6th-ranked Star Wars movie is Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Rian Johnson's The Last Jedi is a bold deconstruction of Star Wars as a modern myth, challenging the legacy of the everyman hero. It delves into the flaws of the destined hero concept, exploring the joy in collective efforts and growth from mistakes. The film is divisive, with some praising it as the best in the franchise, while others dispute its place in Star Wars. Despite the controversy, Johnson deserves credit for pushing Star Wars forward thematically and visually, offering many great ideas that could serve as a foundation for future stories by Lucasfilm. And the 5th-ranked Star Wars movie is Star Wars Episode III: Revenge of the Sith. Despite lingering creative issues, Star Wars Episode III: Revenge of the Sith brings George Lucas's prequel trilogy to a commendable conclusion. Ewan McGregor's performance occasionally falters, and the middle act involves much walking and talking. However, the film excels in depicting Anakin's fall, culminating in the chilling horror of Order 66, shattering the prequel established order. The ending feels rushed, but provides a cyclical sense of finality, making the rocky prequel journey almost worthwhile, highlighted by the iconic twin sunset. And the Star Wars movie which ranked 4th in our list is Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi, once considered the superior sequel, hasn't aged as well, but it remains a near-great science fiction movie. Despite criticisms of behind-the-scenes issues and Ewoks, it shouldn't be dismissed. The Jabba sequence is a fitting opening, setting the stage for a stunning finale involving the Emperor, adding complexity to characters and the Force. The space battle is impressive, and even the Ewoks, though divisive, symbolize the primitive might of Star Wars. Over the years, the film's meaning has been twisted through retcons in the expanded universe, prequels, and the rise of Skywalker, leaving room for future reinterpretations. And the 3rd-ranked Star Wars movie is Rogue One: A Star Wars Story. Rogue One: A Star Wars Story embodies the ethos of the expanded universe in a cinematic format. Exploring a narrative adjacent to the main films, it builds on established concepts with a spectacular scale, making the Empire feel truly imposing. Gareth Edwards employs a scale reminiscent of Godzilla, blending the used future aesthetic with a more oppressive tone. Despite character criticisms, each plays a crucial role in a story that swiftly moves across planets, infusing their deaths with surprising weight. Despite behind-the-scenes drama and reshoots, the final act, including the iconic Darth Vader hallway scene, is incredible. The film seamlessly connects to the original, achieving a remarkable accomplishment. And the 2nd-ranked Star Wars movie is Star Wars. Star Wars, devoid of subtitles, marks the end of New Hollywood, paying homage to 1930s serials, Kurosawa, and westerns. It's a hero's journey and a technical marvel. Despite its familiarity, the film's world-building, used future aesthetics, and rich characters, human or not, along with known yet alien landscapes, a symphonic score, and throwback actions, create a wondrous experience. Despite the vast mythology built upon it, the film shines best in isolation, focusing on Luke Skywalker's journey as an everyman hero, offering small moments from the twin sunset to the medal ceremony that captivate viewers. And the Star Wars movie which ranked 1st in our list is The Empire Strikes Back. Modern sequels often claim to be The Empire Strikes Back of their franchise, focusing on brooding and setting up a 3rd entry. However, what makes Irvin Kershner's film truly great goes beyond darkness and cliffhangers. The Empire Strikes Back extends Star Wars core ideas, creating an emotionally deeper, challenging story that expands the galaxy authentically. It defies expectations, presenting a galactic tragedy in an expansive landscape with levity turning into terror and heartbreak. This film is considered the best Star Wars movie for its profound impact and ability to go beyond being a mere beginning or end. So what do you think about this ranking? Tell me in the comments section. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe this channel.